An operational update. As Hamas's grip on power collapses in the Gaza Strip, its men's morale is crumbling too. In recent days, dozens of Hamas terrorists have surrendered to Israeli forces. Last night, the Prime Minister formally called on the Hamas terrorists still fighting in civilian dress, out of civilian buildings, surrender now. Don't snuff it for Sinwar, don't die for death, don't meet your maker for mashal. Surrender now. As our friend US Secretary of State Antony Blinken said just yesterday, this war could end tomorrow if Hamas stopped hiding behind civilians and surrendered. This war could end now if Hamas surrenders, hands over its war criminals to face justice, and releases all of the hostages. The whole world must call on Hamas fighters to come out with the white flag, and honestly, it's baffling that the UN agencies concerned for the safety of civilians in Gaza are not demanding that this war end with Hamas's immediate surrender. Barring that, the quickest way to end this war is, to borrow a phrase from our friend and ally President Biden, through a swift, decisive and overwhelming Israeli victory over Hamas. Israeli forces continue to engage Hamas fighters in close-quarter combat as they remain disguised as civilians operating out of civilian buildings. Our forces are conducting precise raids to eliminate terrorists and their infrastructure in Hamas strongholds, including Jabalia, Shaja'iyah, Beit Hanun and Khan Yunis. In Gaza City, we have uncovered a strategic underground tunnel network stretching all the way from the north of the city to the Shifa hospital area. This war which Hamas started will continue as long as is necessary to achieve the three goals of this war: eliminating Hamas, getting all the hostages home, and making sure that the Gaza Strip can never threaten the people of Israel again. The world must prepare and work internationally for the future, for the day after Hamas, for the day when there will be security for Israelis and opportunities for Palestinians who realize that terrorism has brought them nothing but misery and they need to live alongside Israel instead of seeking to destroy it. We are fighting this war so that it is safe for them to return to their homes and they can sleep without fearing that a terrorist army is going to invade over our border and massacre them or abduct them in their sleep. Now, those evacuees from the areas of mandatory evacuation have been put up in hotels and guest houses around the country at the expense of the government, of the taxpayer. We want to get them home as quickly as we can.